Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, worldwide, renegade there. Yeah, man. All right, so we're going to feature Christopher Tuftong and him barrage lies and spin in the morning. I'm doing an interview with Fix It. And we're going to show you, we're going to run through that right now with him and all the lies and the spin. This will stop those people at Jamaica. Yes? And by the way, we just get a sad news. Yeah, we just get a news that when our brother Leroy Gibbons, him drop down, them just pick him up and him back. And them rush him and in I know about that. But then him, Percy Jr. Holmes, Noel Holmes, but Noel Holmes there. Yeah. So me just ask because me yes him pass, you know. But me just ask a person with the phone. If him pass, them say him inside of the doctor right now, but them find him unconscious, them find him like him not could find him pan him back. Yes, them find him pan him back. Me just come off of the phone with them just now. Right? So we ask him, baby mother. Yeah, for give the phone a call. Yeah? Yeah, just give the phone a call right now. At St. James. Noel Holmes? Yeah, St. James, all right. So down the side them there right now. Yeah, so him drop down. And it not look good. So yeah. I know about good. All right. So make sure, yes, I know about okay. So when you get a call on them, please and thanks. Yeah, right away, yeah. I tell them I might call them back on the phone. I know I'm a brother, one of our brother, one of our family too, Yes, great singer. See, hello, see. All right. So him over there now, them find him on him back. So yes, so get a call, please and thanks. I remember when I'm in the hospital for look about that, check, the outcome, because I get a call with the same guy, But me just call him phone itself. See that me just call. You know what me do? Me not just when me come back here, me not do tabloid, Don't do it. So I'm show no. I'm show no. See? Andrew just text me there. But if you notice that Andrew touch, see Leroy Gibbons, see number there? Good. So me just call, yeah? Yes. See? Yes. So me not do tabloid. So them tell me, send gone, so I call somebody else have him phone. I ask him if him gone, them say him inside. Them not 100 yet, but them inside that run around him. So, but they just ask him, give him I think she will put more. Call the phone, here. Your family member, call the phone. Yeah, man, please and thanks. See? Him drop down, maybe it's a heart attack or something, we don't know. We don't want to speculate. But him drop them, say them find him, pan him back. Like him Nicky made, yes. Yeah, man. Saying so, him dead and would I like them can. I could just go to a show right now. Me I follow it up, No, me I follow it up. Because family like that, Levi, Yes. See? So I follow it up straight. See me I say, yeah, man. All right, so we say Christopher Tuftong, pan the fix, I try to fix some little lies and I go on. People don't follow them. In an interview, you got hear him tell us, say, yeah, what him do now, this is when them use it. Remember, we're telling about the pandemic. But in the interview, remember, him say I do work and all kind of things and I try to go around Dr. Daz. But in the interview, him say, only must not count. Him say around 4 years, no matter look out the hospital, because you can't count the pandemic 3 years and not do for 3 years. So, Andrew, if 3 years, it take 3 years out of the pandemic, right? So, Andrew now come now, Andrew do the greatest thing. But who don't know what's a lie, them not work. Them are locked down people. Listen them one word. Remember, I want to live through it. But this is how them lie. Right? You know them not work through no pandemic. Them won't go cater for go lock down people and make foreign run things and things we want to listen keenly. And they will play something when going to the house and say, be alive. And that me I tell him, say, your own word, they come back and bite. When we are the facts checking, you will do it, And me tell TVJ, and I call out to them again, TVJ, the reporter want to send out, they don't send them out again, come do what she do, but FID and what if them know what the FID do. And that is foolishness. You don't know some journalism that. See, Andrew, remember, me do the show. And Andrew come back and everything when me tell her say Andrew gonna do, Andrew use it for a political platform. And it was a crap. Because she herself proved that she never even know what and what the FID does. See? Yeah. See? But she don't try to build a line for Andrew only and it not work. And Green, I'm going to put out a nice cartoon this morning. Because I want to know whether it's not good enough because I watch you the market generating. But we're going to put out a nice cartoon because Andrew feels say a tyranny. Or him can come with a dictatorship and trick people. And we do the most and we spend on to chop the most money. You chop the most money. Yes. So not tell me about no budget and them things. You know, raise nothing but you still have the biggest budget. Where you get the money from, brother? When we have the pink piece, we have the whole thing when you raise money, start raise money from way back down there. So stop tell lie. Well, make a discipline Tuftong right now, yeah? We don't have to believe what we see. Just catch. Make us start the show. Just catch. We'll start the show now. Hello? Make us start the show. Start the show.
We are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and
when people like the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put their life in misery. You understand? The Luciano over there, man.
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Serious
It's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more,
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Yo, politician with the evilest mission, who no we blame. Too money and power and fame. Wanna go friend up the youth, them relieve down the lane. Give them big gun and brainwash them brain. Yo, wanna buy them cow, wanna buy them clothes and buy them.
All right, so I could start by listing Tuftong and him lies and him spin because him like spin. Yeah, when it suits him spin. We not allow that no more. Yeah, I could start. Yes, so Tuftong. Start from this.
Panicking or nervous, or your initial reaction to patient zero being in Jamaica?
Right. So the book articulates a lot of that and my thoughts. I think my training has a lot to do with it. I have, apart from degrees in marketing, I have degrees in management and in international business, and I'm blessed for that, and I give God thanks. So that kind of helped me to understand human behavior.
So it's him though. That's why I'm telling a lie. You hear what I say? Him understand human behavior because he do this, he do marketing. That's why I'm putting Tuftong, hey, I'm going to show you something to be done. Tuftong dangerous, you know. In dangerous. Well, him study, you know. So him know if he go, you know. Him know for a while and up and telling a lie. That him study. Yes. That time doctor, yeah man, spin, yeah man, like gig. Yeah, I'm saying come out, hear this.
And in international business, and I'm blessed for that, and I give God thanks. So that kind of helped me to understand human behavior. So there's a discipline that you have to apply to that. In dealing with the decision making around crisis, you really have to ensure that if you're leading in crisis, you cannot show panic. Because if you show panic, everybody else is going to panic. That's one. And you really have to communicate, because when people are uncertain and face the uncertainties with a sense of risk and fear, you have to provide information. And more so in an environment where everybody talking on social media. And then thirdly, I've always tried to be driven by the science, what the science says. Some people come with all sorts of anecdotes. Maybe it works in some ways. I mean, a man say, you drink this bush tea. Or one person said, if you put alcohol in your mask or salt, it will kill the virus and so on. So we have organizations that we work with, the World Health Organization, Pan American Health. We in the ministry have technical people. I'm not a clinician, so I work with the clinicians. And what I watch how things evolve globally, what the science is saying about it, and allow the science to guide me in terms of what I say. How I say it is a function of the culture. So some of it may be expressed in a particular way. Sometimes you engage and solicit others to help you to express it. But I'm a very big believer in communication. I mean, I taught that at the university, by the way.
So when I get inside by him now, when you want to say something and think him play on the mind, at this Andrew try to use for the people them, you know, when I work. So I listen to the part with the pandemic and him, I want to listen it. When it suits them tell us, remember, don't forget about the pandemic. Don't forget the 3 years we couldn't work. But you still tell us work I do. This is how them lie and spin. Yes, the man them destroy the country. Watch, hear this.
Was to be overwhelmed by the virus, as was the case in countries that are far more sophisticated than us. You may recall in places like New York, they had to store bodies in ice skating rings and in deep freezer containers, trailers.
A big burial plot for
exactly.
Certain,
And these are countries that are far more sophisticated, have a lot more resources. In Italy, for example, where they allowed the virus to just go free, and it created a wave through the country. A lot of senior citizens died because the virus attacks the immune system. And if your immune system is vulnerable, if you have cancer, if you have some kind of underlying condition, or if you're aged, it affects you more.
So how is it 10 people? Then tough time, let me know you watch me right now. But how is it when you call an election in a that, in the height of that, and make them old people that come out and vote and thing and all kind of things. You see, them have not, you know. Them know, you know, but them not have no heart. Andrew only said the worst me ever seen in Jamaica history. The man, them minions them. So you see what you do, you sit down and reason with them, and when you reason, you get everything out of them. So you know, so okay, so them know this, and them know this, then why them take this decision for mash up the people them and get rid of them. Them evil man. Yeah? Continue.
So we took a very cautious approach, because I was always fearful that if it just was allowed to run rampant through the population as a novel virus, because that's what it is. As a novel virus, meaning it's new, you are more vulnerable to get it than when it is in the population and you build up natural resistance to it. So the world was experiencing that novel exposure, which means that it would kill more people, to be totally frank. So that was a big fear of mine. When the conspiracies about I don't want to take vaccine and so on, it irked me most when doctors said it. And there were a few doctors who challenged the approach and the response. And maybe I'm unreasonable. I don't think I am, but I'm saying, boy,
you are.
If you go to school and train to be a medical practitioner, and you're learned in the science of medicine, why would you come out and say we must take the vaccine? And and they bring a lot of credibility to their argument because they are trained in the field. And there are some of them who had that, or they had alternative theories. There are those who are talking about this particular medication works versus that one, when the general expert opinion coming through multilateral collaboration may say differently. So those were frustrating to me. I'm not a clinician, so it challenged my authority and those who were advising me, and that made things a lot more difficult.
Because we know that there was a strain on the
Mocha Fest.
Yes.
And I remember very clearly.
So remember these people, I'm going to tell you about Mocha Fest. I want to listen keenly. I'm going to tell you, can remember they make the people them overseas come and keep them Mocha Fest, And I'm going to tell you why they make the other one, because remember them pressure people, them not work. So the overall jail people could not work. Teacher, everybody they home. You can't come out of your place, but now Andrew have go around and I say cut poverty. You have to ask him one of the time when poverty up. Oh, you cut poverty, Andrew only see not put in nothing. Since you do some woman will return and talk about the hurricane. You not doing the work. But you're still you on your platform going around and telling lie to people in front of a face. Remember the people who live through the whole thing in Andrew Honest. Tuftong and all. Hear this.
In the book that speaks to Mocha Fest.
Yes.
And I remember very clearly, someone called me and said, but, Minister, you locking down local parties and you have this international group down in Negril having the biggest whatever, festival. And to be totally frank, we had to act. We've sent the police go lock it down.
Yeah. So you guys were you guys aware of it initially, like being held?
I was not, but subsequent to the event, I understood that it was being promoted online, and it created a credibility challenge for us, because once that happened, then the other set, it created a kind of
a class thing.
A class thing, exactly. Why should foreigners get that chance and locals won't have them little round robin in them community, and they are being deprived of it? And we literally allowed a little time for that. After that event, there was the Jamaican equivalent party in Western Jamaica. What do you call it again?
You hear this? So they make the Mocha Fest run with them a lot.
Dream Weekend.
Right. So Dream Weekend came after that. And frankly speaking, we literally had to allow the man who have a shop to do him round robin. And my position was, as a government, we can't afford to just have some people have certain things and others don't have, because everybody is suffering and we must suffer together and weather the storm, or everybody get an opportunity. Of course, needless to say, right after that, we had a spike. In the book, that's
all right. So if him say they make them after they lock up on what people and send them to prison, you make foreigner come keep Mocha Fest, and the people them talk out, so you just send and react to that, right? You make them come keep more, and then look after that you have a spike. If you look after that, one little thing keep a spike. Can you imagine you keep a general election? You keep a general election. What do you think you do to the people them and doing this? And Tuftong and the whole around. Yeah, they might confess, if you keep a party, you get a spike out of it. Can you imagine when you keep an election to the whole country? Where you get out of that? And I'm telling about old people, because them suffer the most, and people, diabetes, another, illness. That's why we have so much people dead. You notice, I know, and PMP want to notice this. I know them that talk the amount of people them make perish. The pandemic. Them not talk about the numbers and them not talk about it. Let me continue.
Just to over $31.4 million, and that was dated November 19, 2024.
So them going to now play this now, where I'm going to talk about the drill. And hear the stupidness when Tuftong going to talk about the drill now. You're not going to believe this. Tell me if it makes sense. Hear this.
But you have to kind of understand that the nation's concern. It's like for one drill.
First of all, everything is context, and your position spokesperson has been quite dramatic, as he normally is, to
Yeah, me see.
I say disrespectful.
create a scandal in every circumstance. Unfortunately,
A scandal in every circumstance. Hear this. Remember, people, the drill are like 3 mil. The drill is there, but hear my argument. That would deal with him.
he has not created one ounce of evidence to support his claims. He first of all, he quoted several figures. He said the drill cost $250,000. Then I hear some $1,600. Then I hear $4 million. Then $5 million.
Yeah.
I have to provide leadership. I can't.
So that alone, we might talk of foolishness. Let me just tell them from now. The drill itself, remember that real doctor talk, and you just get the number on the drill. Yeah? What type drill? And you can look up the drill. He might talk some bullshit. I remember him telling them the marketing, it don't make no sense. He might tell about all hardware and you could buy a drill. The drill is something another surgical drill. Which hardware in Jamaica sell surgical drill? Tell me one. The man I got a car. And I tell you can buy a car on this. Listen, if you buy a Benz, it's different from a Beamer. It's not different from a Lada. It's not different from a Toyota. And then the Benz, them come with series. If you buy a F-150, it's not different from F-250, 250. What happened to this man? Just listen to explanation where it don't make no sense. I mean, I tell them when you talk with sense around here. We are there second up. So Dr. Daz himself come out for their son. And it not work. He might bring up all hardware and car. You know, just listen to this. We're stupid because them let go the model number of the drill. Anybody can look online and see the drill. You might talk about Google and if you can't do this. Where my talk don't make no sense. It's bullshit. Tuftong, you talk bullshit. Listen yourself. I talk this garbage. Listen here.
Be all over the place like that,
Yeah.
right? Second of all, there's an unfortunate analogy or being drawn between what a drill is. You know, we're not a Google government. We don't go on Google and run country. We have to go by the science and what the facts say.
You can't talk about your own country, you go by science and facts. But when I buy anything online, can enough people buy stay Jamaica and buy them cap online too, you know. Order them thing and pay for them thing and do everything online. So, where you say the store, you have store online where you can order anything. You might go buy science and facts, it make any sense? People buy machine. What do you go buy the science and facts, you buy one of the clothes machine. And the machine, you don't buy them clothes. You tell you, be a bullshit him talk. Be a bullshit him talk. Listen here. Listen here.
I can go on Google and find you a car for $300 and find you a car for $1 million. Okay? And indeed, you can buy one from a car lot at different prices. So
the drill itself is a surgical drill. It have a number. It have a number. It have everything about where it does. When you look on it, you can buy it. Who buy the drill or who carry the drill, them not have to leave Jamaica. Them just order it overseas. And them know this. Most company, when them buy everything and them spare parts and things, when them think, them leave, go overseas, go buy it. Them order it. Where my talk is bullshit. And you hear them say buy a car for 300 and buy a car for $1 million. That makes sense. Tuftong, do better than this. Continue.
So a drill is not a drill. Okay?
Wait,
not to
what?
mention the fact.
You hear that? You hear that? A drill is not a drill. A drill is not a drill. And him whoever deal with. Play it back.
Okay? And indeed, you can buy one from a car lot at different prices. So a drill is not a drill. Okay?
Wait,
not to
what?
mention the fact that no, I mean
A drill is a drill.
I am being brutally honest.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
So that
that don't make no sense. And them not couldn't correct him and say no, but it's a surgical drill. You can't go to where you thought no sense. Yeah. Yeah. He must say not a Google government. I bet I was a Google government because him that do the right thing and so people can't see. Yes? You understand? Everything where people are doing, them shop anywhere at all in the world and buy anything. And they still, them are look on the price and look on the, them have to look on the item. Whether through music, whether through everything online. So the government itself, just now, I tell you, say you gotta stop use money because everything is digitalized. You remember when I tell you that? Everything online and you know, you're going to the future. I know him I tell you, say him and a Google government. So him what kind of government this is? That's what I tell you, say them can't run a country because them are analog government, you know. And them not use internet again, you know. But them I tell you, say, well, we advance, you know, this. It make any sense? Eh? This man sick in his head. Hear this.
Everybody understand. I can go to the hardware store because some people hear drill and somehow think it's something that they use.
This is how I'm disrespectful and dumb. I only him this in Jamaican. And yeah, no, well, and all and the man there it's him this. Him say I go to the hardware store and some people yes, I drill and think hardware store. Surgical drill sell hardware store. OMB health minister. Surgical drill. So why that do this? If surgical drill sell a hardware store, according to him, you could have a hardware store. Because he says a drill. The drill carries specs and numbers. So you know what kind of drill you buy. Surgical drill. Where must say no make no sense. These are the people that might have followed him. Eh? This make any sense, Marlon X. Eh? I forgot to play about this. Brother, listen yourself when you do interview, whether you saw anywhere else. Be careful when you talk, brother, it use against you. Eh? Surgical drilling now. Yeah, remember play it back. Not my word. Yeah.
To mention the fact that no, I mean
a drill is a drill.
I am being brutally honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So that everybody understand. I can go to the hardware store because some people hear drill and somehow think it's something that they use similar to drill.
Yeah.
I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So that everybody understand. I can go to the hardware store because some people hear drill and somehow think it's something that they use similar to drill.
Yeah.
Drill. And even those drills have various prices.
So I'm going to the prices and I understand, you know. If it's a surgical drill, I know them say drill, any drill, because they might use the kind of material maybe make that drill where they might use pan but drill. So it's a surgical store, you have surgical drill, and they must set various prices, hardware drill. Hardware drill, forgot you know what hardware drill do, you know. But him going to something else. We see the specs of the drill, but come down a surgical drill. Him going to something else. Him going to hardware store and can't go and buy it because of the prices. Eh? And this is our health minister, you know. This is our health minister. Twist too much, still my twist on himself. Poor thing. Yeah. Play it back. Surgical
Drill and somehow think it's something that they use similar to drill.
Yeah.
Drill. And even those drills have various prices. So this drill argument is nothing more up to this point, unless there is evidence to support otherwise, than an attempt at exploiting people's understanding about what their traditional interpretation of a drill is.
Okay.
And then I know them not stop him and say, but it's I couldn't run out of ask you know. You said, well, listen, if you bring up hardware store, we know about them drill, we know about how can I drill them where you have. We know about the wood drill them, we know about, you know, the rest are doing them concrete drill. We have drill well at the bit then. Can we buy a drill? You know the kind of work we do and you have some more concrete drill, you know. Like we have concrete nail. And you have wood drill. Bit. The bit. Not the drill itself, but the bit. Piece of a screwing item. We just buy them and figure out, yes. Some powerful hand drill they were do work right now. Him they even know that. Him they even know this. So him they not talk one bag of bullshit where I know me can't understand. Me can't understand this. Saying it's a drill is a drill, but not a drill. And you can't go up, you know, hardware and buy a drill. Hardware. The drill come with specs and numbers. Surgical drill. It don't sell a hardware, none at all. Him shouldn't even mention hardware. It shouldn't use the illustration about no car. It don't make no sense. So the drill is a what? M something, right? M what? If you look on that drill, you can have so much money for the drill. Easy. That drill, the spec and everything will make you look and you know much money for the drill. When my talk don't carry, I say, I bet I'm tell about the rice. I bet I'm tell about the rice. Continue.
Without any bearing on the science of brain surgery, the science of spinal surgery, what doctors require, neurosurgeons, to do the work, and
It's a doctor tell we were going, you know. And we know about the one of the people. Right now, you have people, everything up on YouTube and all over the place. So right now, people watch even the, when people are doing brain surgery and everything, them all say all these things, them know. Stop underestimate the people, them tough tongue. That's why I want to deal with the people, them so I'm getting plate of food and 5 grand. Do one them around, no. Because you take them feed that, brother. Stop talking with your man, yeah.
complications around accuracy, complications about ensuring that things work, and all the other parts. And so until there's evidence to support otherwise, there's only one thing as minister that I care about, which is that the process of procurement was followed.
Yeah.
Because that's my job. First,
when I'm talking bullshit, that's why you have opposition. Yeah? Because you talk about procurement. Remember, people are people now. You have a process of procurement, and it gave Dwayne Smith $2.1 billion to provide food. Want to see the food? Want to see the food? When I talk of foolishness, you know, want to see the food where them provide, right? Let me show them one of the plate them. See them here? So this 2.1 billion, and you provide this. Yes? And I'm talking about, you know, provide, and from as long as it goes through, it's okay. Procurement not good enough. Jamaica procurement not good when you have criminal around the place. See some of the food there, people. Same place where I deal with the hospital, look on this. 2.1 billion, him got nearly 2 years with them kind of food there, you know. So the man, I don't even think he must spend $1 million for the 2 years. Not even $1 million out of 2.1 billion would that be. Remember, 100 million make 1 billion in the people. Look on this. Look on this. And I can run a tune or run more tune because see that. No make a mistake with them. So every other day, the man mash up in there. Patient in there mash up, and at least them I give them Tuftong. Tuftong, I'm sure where I run into the hospital right now under your hand. Remember under your hand, them I run in a brother. Look on this. Take them every day. No, you can't. Somebody sick and want them body for recover. You cannot give them this for eat. This hour. You mash up in our place. And this, I want them turn and I give you right now. Look on this. Every day, let's get to the next meal. Look on this stuff down. Look on this. And I watch this, brother. Procurement, they meet the standard, you know. Look on this. Look on this. May I show the man bickle? Me show the man bickle. Every day, the man have to go to prison here. He have to go to prison for these things. So when you say we must talk about this, let me tell you, when you're in opposition, you know, we want to run out, you know. We want to run out, but even as an brother, if you call that spade, brother, you can't do this. Look on this. So him just buy a loaf of people. Him just add a little bit of papa off tree. Buy the thing as not you not get one thing for yourself, you know. One little bit. Oh, this hour. This is what? This hour. I remember sick one, your body recover. And this is under Tuftong and other people. See the lunch, yeah? I'm going to show you what them are serving, you know. I'm going to show you what them are serving. See the bigger food at all. This you get to the gunk. This are not, brother. Them look like them morning and this. This are not food. Them are nasty and stuff though. This, brother, come on, man. Not even when you prepare, listen. I'm going to put him up back. Not even when you prepare a meal for your dog. I saw you prepare the meal. It's not right. It no right. You get the color with this and that. Them no right. This bad. You understand? Yeah, man. Him bring bad vibes, brother. This man is dangerous. So I could hear where I talk, so finish here where I say. Because where I say don't make no sense, you know, brother. See? And I'm watch that in a 2.8 billion. So it's not just the drill alone when I look at. Who get it the same man named Dwayne Smith? Where name, but the other one name, Did Smith, they leave already, Derek Smith's son. Derek Smith's son, 2.1 billion contract for 3 years. November make 2 years. So I'm gonna have 1 year, couple months left. The money they're dead. Eh? The people them who work down there, if them forget pay in the canteen and you not spend not even, you know, if not spend a 20 million for the year. You have to spend over 700 million per year for 3 years. I give him and take the money and them alone have the money there. You know? Is that way you forget out the money. Not him alone have the money. So them use the company to take out the money and all kind of things. And him alone have the money. Yeah. See? And them watch. And the film watch. Continue.
On board drill, by the way. I'm not a neuroscientist, and I was never involved in the procurement process.
Yeah, him don't know not about drill all the way, but him there chat foolishness.
Handled by the region.
Yeah.
Regional authority, which is Sarah.
Sarah. Mm-hmm.
How the process works is that you want a product. There is a terms of reference, a term sheet written up. This is what you want. This is what it must do. The people who are in the field are a big part of preparing that. So neurosurgeons, 2 neurosurgeons among with others, they say these are the specs of what we want.
Yeah.
They want a neurosurgical drill, not a drill at Hardware and Lumbar National Supply.
Him still a chat foolishness again. A doctor come out and know the drill them. And talk him tell about not a drill at Hardware and Lumbar or this supply. This is bullshit. What am I talk to who don't know surgical drill? Surgical drill sell at Hardware and Lumbar. So I'm going to put an emphasis for you follow him when I come with lies. And spin him and spin up. Spin him and spin. Yeah? Continue.
And not a drill you can just go up on Google and see or reference.
Yeah.
People, when I talk again of foolishness, anything in a medical supply where you want to see, you order, and like you fly out the back the days and you go look. Every company put up where them sell. Every company. You understand? No man, we're not going to turn the picture upside down. No man, we want to see what I want. See? Every company put up what them, every say medical bed. Look here. We just say medical beds, right? Medical bed. Medical beds. To buy. For sale. Look for medical, if it's near me, under 2,000 that I show me. All right, so we want to say shopping. Where show me an ass carriage thing, I show me some medical bed. Look at people. Why Tuftong can't get good medical bed? Show me under 2,000. Look here. It's no medical bed, them people. Eh? You call and you order, you get to see their medical bed. See them there? And you see the price. But you might talk about Google now, and I've done Google. Trick himself and try to trick the people, them, you know. Yeah. Yeah, he might play upon ignorance of the people there. Right? Me as a medical bed so cheap. But you still get Derek Smith's son 2.1 billion. And I'm going to tell you about the process. If you go give them food, I better want to buy some medical supply and all kind of things. And put back the canteen. Eh? You might tell about another online where you go look pan, like the people them were buying up online and them call the factory order it and them sell it come to Jamaica. And them go buy it and then come with it and ship it in themselves. You order the thing and come in. As a matter of fact, the medication where you order in Jamaica, you order it and it come in. Anything new, them send it to you too. So not like you have to jump on a plane and fly, go there, and you go look for yourself. This is bullshit. Them to stop play on people conscience too. Yes? You understand? Them for government. Play
They
this.
point out what they want. They point out what it should do. And that's the other thing. A drill can do several things.
Yeah.
So you have parts, you have attachments.
Yeah.
My understanding is that this requirement was for about 100 attachments to the actual machine. And then thirdly, the extended service. So all of that was written up. It was advertised. Companies bid. In other words, how the bidding process is what determines price, you know. That's why people bid.
Yeah.
And that's why the procurement rules say must bid. So this argument about high price versus low price, tendering and bidding should take care of price.
People, you know, some lead them as two of them and if answer, you know, tendering and begin. It's not, listen. So you have a company where him owner, somebody can own or some friend can own. And then through the government thing that you register same way. Anybody can register a company. And you have the links and them telling you register it. So you have pull the money for them. You have to put the bid because I fit them want the money. Something value no more than say $10,000 or 20,000 US. You are gonna sell it now, you get to buy and sell it for like $200,000 better. I take out the money. That's the next way to go around and take out the money. So remember, you know, Gavin, just to prank Gavin with Andrew Onis. Gavin. And I remember them have the shell company, them Andrew, when them are minister of education, Gavin I get contract. And who and Gavin they did it? No, him and Andrew Onis. Now Andrew think them. No, Andrew think them. You understand? Where must them, that's why them have to move in therapy. Because everything that's online, and this man come with one bag of foolishness, two of people, in very hot order. You know, in very hot order. Yeah, my brother. See? Continue.
Because if a man want the work, he can give the most competitive price.
Right.
If him don't want it, he won't get it if he doesn't. He's going to be kicked out. But the price must also equate to what is required. Because somebody can underbid, but they're not providing what is required.
Thing,
and they'll kick them out. The system, that's how the system works. So you have three companies who saw the public ad. Companies have to be registered, which is the other ridiculous argument that they make. Why we never look for the drill and find a company that could supply the drill. I couldn't do that. The regions couldn't do that because you have to be registered with PPC, public procurement.
You know that PP said public procurement, something like that. Yes. That bull crap when I couldn't do this. Enough of them have shell company, what I mean them can't do what? Eh? And I'm going like him not know the company. Or you for the 10 years of the company that when boosters come in, farm when boosters come in, and you don't know nothing about the and the company get enough contract and you don't know nothing about the company. Man, them to stop dangerous, sir, you know.
Procurement committee legally to bid on contracts. So if you found a company in Timbuktu that could provide a cheaper drill and they're not registered with PPC, they wouldn't qualify.
Okay. And it brings
Hear this? Them want to qualify them now. Okay. Hear this.
Here in Jamaica in regards to
Well, yeah, I would not say at all that the health system is in a crisis. And I know it's used a lot by the opposition. And
this serious stuff. Imun said the healthcare in a crisis. And it's used a lot by the opposition. No, you're not government. And the opposition you must attack and attack. It used a lot. I know the government attack, and we attack, yes, and we attack. Because the whole of the opposition. So not about no opposition, this and that and that. The people them speaking. Them spoke, yeah, them spoke out clearly. Right? When you come out and you tell him something, yes, so him use it and him blame the opposition. The country opposition, yes. It used a lot by them. So they must attack. Everything never in a crisis. We get travel advisory 2 times per health system. The first in the history of the Caribbean. Travel advisory per Tuftong watch. And Andrew watch. But it ain't in a crisis. Let me play this before him talk. Remember him say the system during a no crisis, right? Look here. Before him start, I'm gonna play that one at first. Let me hear this first. Hold on.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Health Minister says U.S. medical travel advisory and negative light on the country's health sector.
So let me ask you something now. Tuftong, you watch me. You said the country now in a crisis. You said the country not in a no crisis. Right? And the opposition has said these things. In the same argument, I tell you when a crisis too, you know. But him said the opposition saying these things, right? So according to him, yeah, him said the opposition saying these things according to him. It's not in a crisis. But yes, still we get travel advisory the first time. Not now when we get travel advisory. The first time in the history of Jamaica, in the Caribbean, they get travel advisory for a health system. And that's a Jamaica health system. Yeah? Remember, play this. Please.
Travelers about the poor state of the country's public health care system. As you'll hear in this report, the minister is renewing his call for the implementation of tax, which he believes can help to fix the problem.
The Healthcare Ministry says the recent U.S. travel advisory has created a negative impact on the country's health system.
More to listen, you know, him doing the marketing. Tuftong turn around and say him a blame the U.S. travel advisor for create a negative impact on the health system. No, it's not the travel advisory create a negative impact. A Tuftong himself, the lack of equipment and resources. I don't know what they do with the money, you know. They going to show 2 buildings. We're not build yet because the other day them said they're going to build building now, you know. Because you have the election and I show you Ukraine. For 8 years, him have the building down there, so I'm going to 28 billion and I tell you about him spending on 9. And who has said this? The why you require 28 billion. That don't make no sense to me. That money could have turned over and do something else and a fix road and do something in a school or something else. You put it down, you have enough money, but yesterday we don't have medication in the hospital. And we have place to run down. Eh? Him blame the US travel advisory, not himself. Continue. And yes, still is the crisis. Eh? Hear this.
On the international scene, the advisory issued on Tuesday urged U.S. citizens to reconsider travel to Jamaica due to crime and medical services. Americans were told that emergency services and hospital care vary throughout Jamaica and response times and quality of care may vary from U.S. standards. The U.S. government says public hospitals in Jamaica are under-resourced and cannot always provide high-level or specialized care. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tuftong says the issues in the health sector cannot be looked at in a silo.
The issue is a lot more complex than it appears in a release or an advisory. The solution can't be that we must do more. The solution has to recognize why there is an inadequacy to the extent.
So him admitted there is an inadequate everything in the health system. And I'm saying that more, but yes, they must have a charge the people that come and maybe that could have worked more. Where must that make a sense? Yo, you have educated fools, you know, them come and chat pay bull crap, you know, and have to listen to them good. Listen here.
That there is, and how collaboration between public, private, and indeed between jurisdictions.
Public, private, and indeed jurisdiction. Let me tell you something. Nobody never vote for nobody from America. When they vote in an election. And you not vote for the public hospital then. You vote for these people who run the for the private hospital. You vote for these people who run the public hospital, don't it? That's why we have ministers and them thing, they don't it. Eh? That's why we have government. The private one them for deal with them one thing. Yeah. Never call you right now. Right now. Continue.
Can address that inadequacy. And it holds true for Jamaica as it does for many other small island states within the region, and indeed even some of the larger countries.
And again, an appeal for a health insurance tax for all visitors to the island.
It is not unusual. It occurs in other jurisdictions, like in Europe, where that tax is required. And if that were in place, maybe we could have a more efficient.
Yeah, a lot of foolishness. Yes, brother. Yes, brethren. I'm do quick. All right, cool. Yeah, we want to save him. Yeah, may I shout him back in 5 minutes, yeah? Yeah. East side, may I shout him back in 5 minutes. You understand? So you hear this? Him say, maybe this bad. You understand? Continue.
Response, because maybe that tax could be used to train more people and perhaps provide more facilities.
So he must say tax that I use to train more people and maybe provide more facilities. Yesterday him say him have 24 billion, him going to use 9, but him sit on the rest. So how you not use to train more people and provide where you say you provide? Eh? That make no sense? You hear what I'm saying, so? Maybe if you tax them who are coming in, you could have used that now to train more people and provide. But yes, still, in that I play this now where I tell you, say, him have 24 billion, but him going to use 9 and the opposition around them out. So him have the money sit down somewhere. So whenever you use to train more people and put in the thing where you put it, it don't make no sense. Yeah? Just listen, not my word. Listen here.
Crisis. Crisis is a matter of perspective. I mean, I'm sure people experience crisis every day, either because of their personal condition and they go to health to seek remedy. The remedy is not immediate, then they say the system is in a crisis. What we have to do is work more at helping people to understand how the health system works and where people experience.
People, that alone, and none of them will stop him. Who can tell you how our health system work? That's why we have bureaucrats and everybody, you know. When you go a private doctor, don't it work? If you have your money now and go Andrews and Medical Association, any one of them, don't it work? In the clean, you know the security guard a search and nothing. Same place as Jamaica, if you have your money for going there, you get attendance to and you get your thing them right, don't it? But it can't happen at the public hospital. When them ask 10 or wait for them, don't them have good service there? Don't want to know about health system work. People that have baby, people that have things, them don't know it work. Doctor and nurses, them don't know them work. And if you're sick, them don't know what they might do to you. Where my talk say? The man that go around everything else. The place have no bed in the dirty and stink, no medication, nothing at all. For the 10 years. Where my talk has no make no sense. Continue.
Experience bad treatment, we have to deal with it. I don't shy away from that. You know, I tell people that there's a mechanism for you to report. In fact, what we have done now is put on almost all the waiting area walls a toll-free number where people can call, and it goes to the CEO. And if it needs be, it can come even up to my office because we want to hear from people when they experience bad things.
That make any sense too, no? That is a trick. You know, you want hospital around your money. Yeah? You know what? You have your call him. Oh, me get bad treatment. Okay, but I do something. No, we will never done. That's a waste of your time on top of the bad treatment. That's a waste of treatment. So if we put mechanism for you, if you go look for a number and waste your credit, if you go call and then it go to somebody, then it go to and go in a fight to it, it's a bullshit. It's a bullshit the people them. Are the worst health minister this in the history of Jamaica. The worst. Continue.
I get WhatsApps weekly, and if I get it about Port Antonio Hospital, I send it to the regional director who is in charge of the parish or the CEO, and I tell him I want back a report the day after.
So that makes sense to you? If him get WhatsApp and him send it to who up at the top and say, I want a report, anybody can go get a report. That not do nothing to you. When we reach back to you, him not take him phone and call everybody. Yesterday him say him get it weekly, but me not hear him but no briefing where I address these things weekly. Whenever you pan briefing address how much call him get and the bad report, whenever you talk about bad report yet. Can't say him get them weekly, you know. We never hear him call about any bad report and not talk about it yet. So who him address? Because it couldn't be him. I call back thousands of patients. All them family, I talk to them, they don't have no time for walk up and down. I see my walk up and down and I pose another PR. It couldn't be him. You understand? So this, all I'm tell man, him dangerous. Continue.
Everybody in Jamaica have my number, almost everybody.
Wow.
So my number.
So, only never tell me so we have Tuftong number, the whole I want to. Eh? Yeah, this.
But at 3 o'clock in the morning, people come.
Oh no.
Right? So but I don't mind, not calls, more like WhatsApps, because the calls become annoying. But it's hard for me to see a WhatsApp and not respond to it. So
that don't make no sense. Me can't my phone am silent, you know, because the amount of call me get, it's unbelievable. So my phone silent. So and me can't answer every call. So like I'm telling you. You understand? Him say you have him number still, you know. One day him say you have him number. Eh. Or you say you don't want his number. Him say everybody wanna have it.
I forward them to the relevant people to deal with it. So it's a work in progress. I agree. I think it has gotten better. But the truth is, I don't think you'll ever get to perfection. Because
him say the health system gotten better. Let me stop him there, so let me show him something. Because I'm going to play something, you know. When I'm done with him, yes, sir. Tuftong, I'm going to play something for you. I'm going to deal with this right now, for your heart here. So you just say that, let me just play this. You see this? Wait there, I'm going to find it fast here. I never upload it there, so but I'm going to play this. You see this? Let me show you something, Tuftong. Look on this.
This morning, we have the Enfield Health Center. I'm going to show you the condition at the health center. And we have a man like Norman Dunn, who say my MP to Southeast Sydney, who look down on the people them of Enfield as well as Southeast Sydney. Look at the condition of the clinic that we have in a Enfield. Look here. I have a man like Dunn that do all these things, and now look out for the people of Enfield. Look at the condition of the clinic around here. They are showing us some more there. See the gateway and thing like that. Look here. MP people, now man don't care about it. Look on the condition of the clinic around here. So look here. The window them are fall out. You see? Come on, people, when you wise up enough, we have to think about better for our kids. Look here. Now man don't have this place locked down. You don't respect the people of Enfield. All of a sudden election come, you come around here. And vote. Look on it. Look on the health center clinic. Look much people live around here, over 2,000 people, and now man don't have the facility locked down. We don't have this brand new machine around here, see here? Generator and thing. This will start these anyway. But come on, NP people, wise up. What's the one around here doing? You have to down what me now employ some people for it around here. And the whole place locked down. Look on the place. Look on the health center. A man like Norman Dunn. You know the shame, man. You know the people there. That's how the crossover we have around the Chris Brown. Get better future. Come on, Mr. Dunn. Shame for you, man. Look here. Look on the Enfield clinic. Look on the place. I have much money and waste on both. Come spend some money on Enfield, man. Look out for the people, them. And people, anything Norman done going up, we'll make sure we take it, because it's not Norman done money. It's taxpayer money. If you go to chicken, cow, goat, the vote to them in the area, they will take them. I want to go to the poor, go vote. Vote for the future, for the better future. Vote for Chris Brown. Adapt me a roll with, because he's on a roll with them before. I know we have one Chris Brown. Look for the person on the Enfield clinic. And look how much people in the Enfield. Don't you don't respect nobody. You don't respect yourself. Look here. Look for the clinic. Besides, we can't go inside to show the people that have a condition and at the clinic. And at the watchdog, Norman Dunn. Look what about the Enfield with us. You see it? It's a disgrace.
All right, so me all of a sudden them attack them foolishness. Yes. Can I play somewhere? Tuftong just start last week in a parliament with 6 stomach, you know. Or him fix up the one of them things, you know, them are run out much people. It's the one of these things are lying, you know. Lies and spin. People of Jamaica will forget real, man. And I'm going to tell them now, you know, it's different from back in the days, when in the analog days, when politicians come tell you something you hard to verify it, you know. Now, if him tell you, say, a bridge speaks, you just call and say, go take a picture of the bridge for me. And them not get this in a them stubborn head. If him say, me just put up something there, so, you just say, hey, go right the sun, just take, because me as a man, me know every parish, so me just see you in the place. Go video that right now. And you go the way you look, nothing, no fix, not like what them say, try a bridge. How much percent done? When me send, it doesn't come out of the ground. Not never fix. So, get them thing, I tell them, say, stop it, because when I embarrass yourself, every time when I point to something, but I send a video, brother. My name does, I just take some picture, I video it, and I show it. Yes. But there's something named fact checking, you know? Keep them real. See? No more lie, boy. Continue.
Health is just constantly evolving.
Yeah.
If it's not a dengue outbreak, it's a Zika outbreak, it's a ZikV outbreak, is something else. It just never stops. And after doing it for almost 10 years and getting a lot of gray hairs for it, then, you know, yes. And
you realize not everything is urgent. It's a problem.
It's a matter how you manage it. And the first thing you do in a crisis is to try to bring some calm to the situation. So I've tried to be very more methodical in terms of how I think through things. COVID taught me a lot of that.
Wow.
I remember when we were waiting on oxygen, when we almost ran out. Literally.
People, him said them almost ran out. All the nurse dead. Them run out of oxygen. A matter of fact, here when we use the word almost like 1 hour for run out. And when him hear it arrive in the morning. So if you the 1 hour for run out, yeah? If you the 1 hour for run out, and you hear it arrive at the wharf, you tell me now. By the time them for go pack and carry it to carry and then bag it and then for drive it over the place, more than an hour and a half. Eh? Remember the nurse dead because of this shit up on TV. Remember me have the word I click them, you know. He must say nearly run out 1 hour. Not my word. Them have to lie and mix and work and little thing, but I hold them accountable. We have to change all the politics running in Jamaica.
Really within an hour of running out. I remember COVID is a lung disease, so people couldn't breathe. People would have died, a lot of people. I remember the morning about 1 a.m. when the oxygen came into the country, went to the plant and was distributed.
So people, if it says 1 hour before it run out, and remember the morning it came, it have got a plant too, you know. Must go petrol jam, it have got the plant and then deal with it, right? It come to the country, it have got the plant, right? And then it have to disperse. After you have to pack them in them buckle and do your thing. Tell me say that take a couple seconds for do. When say that take a couple seconds for do, eh? And then for reach all these hospitals all over Jamaica. Me know you're driving, I take time. So that take those couple, because 1 hour I'm saying no, before accident run out, it reach. And 1 hour because accident run out in an hour. Let me tell you this, accident run out, nurse dead, people dead and gas for it. Yeah? All right. That me I try to show you. Just listen to my argument. When you interview them, you have to interrupt them and talk to them.
Hour of running out. I remember COVID is a lung disease, so people couldn't breathe.
It's a problem.
It's a matter how you manage it. And the first thing you do in a crisis is to try to bring some calm to the situation. So I've tried to be very more methodical in terms of how I think through things. COVID taught me a lot of that.
Wow.
I remember when we were waiting on oxygen, when we almost ran out. Literally within an hour of running out. I remember COVID is a lung disease, so people couldn't breathe. People would have died, a lot of people. I remember the morning about 1 a.m. when the oxygen came into the country, went to the plant and was distributed. And I sat up the whole night watching and getting the report, going to hospitals that were on the verge of running out.
So it's a 1 hour left. But them come and do the whole of this and just, even on the road, it'll take you maybe 2 hours to reach a hospital, you know. A 1 hour left them have, according to him. But them get it in time in the space of the hour. Him do the whole of it and him watch it. And getting reports in the early morning there. The whole of this a lie, you know. Lie. It will run out. You remember we have it and it run out, you know. And them ask when it come back and then it come back, you know, must say a day or two after, you know. Him say 1 hour. This a lie again. Continue.
Now, that would have been a crisis, a real crisis. So we come close a lot of times. And again, on a smaller scale, yes, other persons have experienced crisis. We just deal with them and try to overcome them.
Speaking
Him just said the jail and the PMP, I said the system of crisis. And then they might tell you about crisis and about other people's small crisis. Then they might tell you, don't show no crisis, but you're still, the hospital no in a crisis. Although they have travel advisory, they get a 2-time fee, you know, 2 times. Serious travel advisory too, you know. Not for the criminality, them get that too, you know. But for the health. That's serious. Never happen. No in the Caribbean, no way. Never happen. Continue.
a crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I went on social media, I saw a crisis to come back. The Cornwall Regional Hospital, it's renovating now. What's the current status of it? And when is it slated for completion?
Right. So Cornwall Regional was a crisis. There's
Well on. Hear him now, no. Him said the PMP are talking about crisis, but there is no crisis. Then him said small crisis, them say was a crisis, but him talk about the crisis when them hey, me say you can't follow them. Listen what them attack. It's a spinners. Yeah, man.
no
Because
doubt
like it
about
was
it.
falling down.
Yeah,
down,
picture this. You have 450 people in beds, some of them very critically ill. And all of a sudden, you're being told that you must shut down the hospital because of air quality issues, toxic fumes coming out of the walls and so on, which, by the way, never happened overnight. 10 years before, and nobody was doing anything about it.
So right away, him a different van to all this. Him said 10 years before. Look, let me show you something now. If you think about 10 years before that, it dropped about 2006. 2007 now who in a power. Because 2016, you know. So him a drop you 10 years before that, or 2006. 2007 now in a power. Yeah, man, say 10 years before, nobody do nothing. All the while they matter about this 10 years. Them forgot, say they mashed that up and give them a pee. The 10 years. I see straighten it out, I try to straighten and put back the country on a trajectory. And Bruce and them mash up the place. So every time they talk about 10 years before, you have to say them people, them are tell you, so them destroy the place. Yeah? And I lie tell still, you know, about 10 years. Because the hospital I run there, you have to tell me set around nearly 20 years before you do something. That make any sense? Eh? That mean you know good for a minister, the government not good, because that mean we not repair nothing, we not see nothing. Eh? Abuse them before that. Mama P take it from them another 4 years and only get it back. Only was one of them was there. They were there. So every time I'm say 10 years, remember themselves them attack. Remember themselves them attack about. I bet you them are try to change it and now 5 years before. I bet you. You watch me. Every time them talk about 10 years before themselves them attack, or them destroy them and Alish and one of them destroy Jamaica. And themselves them attack. Continue.
Which is why I said to the opposition that you're as much at fault as anybody else.
And they must say the opposition at fault. And Mama P between them, you know. And Bruce Cole and Andrew only run that. He was a prime minister in the last part. But this is what them do them blame. You could have two terms. Me never hear man to come and blame nobody, you know. Not 2 terms, you know. See, no go hear them try to fight him and we see the documentary and everything. Let me tell you, them try to fight him, but him do the people them business. See? Yes. I mean hear him talk about in the 60s. In the 60s, Jamaica no they no way. Rasta get trim and them do and them borrow money in the 1967 and rob it. Rob it! Eh? I blame the opposition for them oneself, brother. Them I blame it dropped in 2006. So Mama P wouldn't have no time. That mean Abuse mash up the place. Yeah. Abuse mash up the place. You understand? Boy, this get them not the money there, you know, Jackwan. We don't hear about the money there neither, you know. And then, if you have a government now, we play blame game every day. And I realize when them say, me just declare this to them. Every time them come and say 10 years, I do school in. Andrew did it, him did it too, you know. So he might tell us that they mash up the place. Them never ever figure it out. Them never ever figure it out. See? Them mash up the place and now them are blame. Eh? Continue. Yes.
Because you were there while I never did anything. Anyway, it collapsed like any of us would or any car would. If you not tune up the car, it will stop drive on you one day.
All right. Hear him now, it collapsed. If you not tune up the car. So them there and them there and them not tune up nothing. One little fumes, them going to have money, you know. Because if you say you move something from out of building and think, why you never just build a new building? Like we are talking about KPH now. You say you carry it down, you do this, you do that, and you pull this. You don't move the building, but it costs so much money. This is a goddamn disgrace. You understand? At the most expensive place to be, not even the hotel, them where you build with so much money. Look how much room you here. With a 1,000 room or what? Yes? Continue.
The problem is that you could come out of the car and go take a bus. You can't take people on life support out of a hospital and put them out on the street because they would die. So.
But you hear what I'm saying? You can't take them out. But yesterday, I tell you, him do plates and then put them out. But you hear him saying not doing no work, so you can't blame him. He might say now, 3 years of the pandemic, them no work. But yes, still Andrew go on and tell us say him doing enough for them cut down poverty in a pandemic. This is how them lie to, you know. Not my word. Listen here. Listen how we catch him. That's why I listen here.
We had to do things. We had to find a way to literally build a hospital around the hospital. So for example, let me give you an example. We have a nurses' quarters where nurses live. We had to move out all of them, run the necessary mechanical devices like oxygen tubes and so on, convert them into wards so the patients them can be moved from the hospital into the nurses area. That's where the hospital now is, in the nurses area, the nurses accommodation or previously nurses accommodation. We had to create labs to do lab work. We had to create dialysis center. We had to move people out to Mount Salem Clinic, turn it into A&E, and I could go on and on. So there was a lot of build out that took place. And then we said the problem was a ventilation problem. And said,
so you move them out, and then it's a ventilation problem. And then they might come and say, hey, I reckon, ball, you know. Continue.
they would buy a new ventilation system to install. Well, it turns out that once you got in there and started to dig the wall, you realize that every pipe was leaking, every piece of electrical was corroded, the roof is because the water was coming from the top, going through the walls and corroding everything. So then we just decided to just bold, strip down the building to nothing. So we took out everything out of the building. And hence why the time delays and why the rescoping of cost.
Yeah, because it says $24 billion and it's 8 years.
So first of all, it sounds bad and it's easy to take a sort of emotionally charged posture.
Yeah, you know, so them now do not to him, you know. Them just have him that flip and a talk PLI and thing. Him can't manage around here now. Tuftong, me know you watch me. And if you call me today, when I carry, you know, I'll be a stage man, I'm going to carry. So me know you're not going to come tonight. Because you know, a stage man, I'm going to drop. Yeah? If you want to come tomorrow, you know, we have parallel tomorrow. So if you want to come tomorrow, you can come. But me still a drop sledgehammer. So you can't call me. You can't call and come defend yourself. Yes. I'm going to play this. I'll be a foolish system attack, you know. Continue.
And indeed, to even politically exploit it. And I'm the politician here. You know.
Them politically exploit it. No, you know, so in the fear, I'm saying, you know, so my idiot. Them for asking question. If you come and say 2 billion, and then you come and say 5, you come from my show and say 5, and then you reach like 13, 11, no 9, then 30, then you got 21, and you got up more than that. What you mean by politically exploit? If you ask your money, but you know use it, you say put on. Me not understand this. Why you don't make budget for this? But you say 24 billion and 9 out of the 24 you use. That sound like 15 billion just put on in the bank or something. That make any sense too, no? Eh? And it politically exploit. Not my word. Let me play it back. It's not easy enough.
Cost.
Yeah, because it says $24 billion and it's 8 years.
So first of all, it sounds
According
bad
to the
and it's easy to take a sort of emotionally charged posture and indeed to even politically exploit it. And I'm the politician here, you don't have to say anything, right? But it has been exploited. And it has been exploited because, yes, it appeals to the emotions. But it's a...
And then the they say, but you not ask for this money if you never need it. So when I ask you so much money and go back, you have 9 and then you go back for 13 and then 21 and gone up more. So if you say you're going to use 9, that don't make no sense to me. With the rest there. But you want to just have it there, I want to invest the rest in a thing that the turnover, I want to take the interest till when you're ready for use it. What want to do with it? Eh? This don't make no sense. Continue.
It's a kind of exploitation which I think is reckless because health really should be, we have to be more responsible about how we deal with healthcare.
Yeah.
People, you don't see them said reckless? He might the same one when Dr. Fenton Ferguson did it. And you did have some dead baby. Not them run out and make scandal and put it out, but what happened to these people? No, I'm have chick and them thing that the amount of dog and dead baby and them, you know. We can't forget at the worst health minister this and the history of the world, you know. But political and exploit. We am talking about exploit. This is the same one when you run out from Dr. Fenton Ferguson. Them here. And them talk about you must see politicized health system. Them. So them know why you have to talk about it, although our people are dead. Remember when them sick, them fly out to the people. Them fly out. We don't have nowhere to go. We have to talk for you. They hear this? We have to talk to them so that hammer at the same time, you know. But no, you know sometimes the lab rat in their head that, you know, them, yes. Some kind of little lab rat business. Them to stop to this. When them come boy, you have to hammer him. You understand? Hammer him.
Truth is, the services of Cornwall still exist.
Okay.
Last year, they treated thousands of people. The building has to go through substantial overhaul. And the rescoping is how we projected to the 24 billion. But we only spent 9 billion already. The people out there talking about 24 billion, them accusing of overspending and calling.
Who accuse him? If you have more than 913 and you call for more and more money every year, who accusing him? Anybody accuse him? You have the 28 billion, brother, and that you have. We not see the money neither, you know. Anyone want to accuse him? No, that him call for. Every year him gone for, you see him gone at 38 billion. Yeah? And 9 billion, oh, you have to spend 9 doing what? It not value the money where him say him spend. 9 billion out of that. We not get 9 billion people. We don't even get $50 million worth of work up the side now, you know. I know we don't get $50 million worth of work, you know. Where you spend 9 billion pound? Where you spend 9 billion pound? You understand? No, man, them have to get rid of them fast, man. Them people do PR. But hear this now, hear this.
24 billion when the money not spent yet. 15 billion not spent yet, you know. It's still down a BOGR by Ministry of Finance.
So why you have that money? Why you call for this money? You him call for the money, but you say 15 billion not spend. 9 billion not spend yet, neither, you know. On the building you we are seeing, you know. And the same building turn up and not 9 night. Where you put the 9? Where cost 9 billion, brother? Where pan that building, can you not do nothing to the building? Where cost 9 billion? Yeah? I chop the money they chop. Eh? Him no here. So you see, these are the things that them, that's why when they come on and carry and put me around and I'll be a stage man, all kind of things, I'm a drop and more, I'm a will up for a drop, you know. You understand? Continue.
So, and there are enough documentation to show what has been spent, but part of that.
Show it! There are enough.
that is building out around, sustaining the services, stripping down the building, and rebuilding it. So when it is finished, you're going to have a new hospital.
Right.
Now, back to your question.
Is a repair hospital here? Can you ever take away the building? You ever build it brand new from scratch?
About when we've started to phase reopening. The anticipation is that by April, the first quarter of next year. Now,
the first quarter of next year. Every year, you know, every year to open.
also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID.
Right.
Remember, play about this again. So if he might tell you 3 years, they couldn't do nothing. But he might do let go himself and tell him, say, no, 3 years, them never work. The government itself never work 3 years. But right now, Andrew tell him cut this, him cut that when we and we come out, then fool your fart. Remember me, I tell you, say COVID, which part them they are working at COVID? Eh? More than people are get locked up and police out there with big gun and nothing else. You can't come out, come buy food or do nothing. But you're still Andrew the most in a COVID. Them are telling us them have achievement in a COVID. What them do? Only thing me say them do a cost police like Queenie. I say him for move wow. Say these guys wicked them na work. 3 years what I know no service from them. Uncle lock up people now. Last year and this year I make the 5. This year I make the 5th year, right? Since COVID, right? 5th year. So last year what them do? Nothing them talk about burial. The year start now, you hear so all them want what them do in a 2020, 21, 22. One good thing the Prime Minister do is do shell company. That don't work for the people, them are adding bank account stock. Can we say in a 2020, 21, SSL, NCB open new bank account and put money in from SSL for the Prime Minister. So them dangerous. See? Them dangerous. Hear this. Remember play back. 3 years, hey. Bolo, if you take out a part and make sure you use it, you know. 3 years the government no work here. So here we must say now.
And there are enough documentation to show what has been spent. But part of that is building out around, sustaining the services, stripping down the building, and rebuilding it. So when it is finished, you're gonna have a new hospital. Now, back to your question about when. We've started to phase reopening. The anticipation is that by April, the first quarter of next year. Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. Anticipation is that by April, the first quarter of next year.
Again.
Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. Of next year. Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. Of next year. Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. Of next year. Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. So technically of next year. Of next year. Now, also bear in mind on timing, which a lot of people miss in the narrative, that for 3 years we couldn't do anything because of COVID. So technically speaking, we have really been working on the hospital more like 4 years, 4 plus.
Technically, you them said it's a recession, technical recession. Technically speaking, we are working on the hospital around 4 years, 4 plus. Because at 3 years in a COVID, in the pandemic, them not work. But if you listen, Andrew only stop on this. Andrew say, I plan 3 million in a 5 years. In the same pandemic time. Can you imagine, technically speaking, well, I look over 4 years. For please themselves, them tell us that they're not working in the pandemic. Them don't work. Yeah? But no, them are telling them cut things and people for run them away, you know. We don't live through this. We don't know this country they shut down. And like one of my brethren just called me earlier and I tell myself to remind them. Say, hey, people who work for ship, make sure you don't vote for Andrew them, you know. Remember them locking out of the country, and not true. That's true. Our baby mother have to lose her baby. She have to go with you and go and we out so. Eh? For 3 years, them not work. And me not even telling her again, you know, because me allow them to come talk upon themselves, you know. Yeah. You understand? Me allow them to come talk upon themselves, not my word. See? And you know, I call him up. Where you go mention when the people them live through it. This is what I tell them long time. 3 years on the work. So I don't know on all of a sudden you want people come tell me lie and people are run with the lie and say, yes, to my work. In the first term, you don't perform neither, you don't carry leaching. You don't go with 5 in 4 or 4 in 5. You remember that? 5 in 4 years, right? Or 4 in 5 years, right? 5 in 4. Remember the 5 in 4 plan there? Or the 4 in 5 plan? That not work. Leaching run. Them have Zozo 2017, business state of emergency 2018, and them come with drama 2020. And I remember the one of them I work together. I work alongside each other. For the whole 3 years when talk about the pandemic. You get back up, can't come out of your yard and all kind of little things. Yeah. But them get paid for the 3 years, you know. Master, them get paid for it. Them get paid for the 3 years, but them don't work. Yes? And the need, one done. The needs there. Remember the opposition of the car them got quote, you know. And that get rub out, you know. Yeah? Yeah, man. You see it? Well, no, all right. Well, him now work. Can you not say them work for me that well? You understand that, Veronica? Then, yeah. Then, but them, this wrong. So the man them want to use PR and trick with people that done. That's when them used to, yeah, man. That's when them used to have the narrative, when them have the radio station could have tricked the people them. And people like we, you know, have to put it on record. So we have to drop it on a record and, you know, and burn them out. So they might try to get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. See, you can't get rid of it, man. We stand predominant, man. See, you hear him? You just say when him say them not work? Me I go play something when him does last week when him say, you know, him does do this now, does now. But last week now I play something when him saying that the house itself, you know. That's why you can't trust them when them then in that house, a private house. Remember, just finish this. Finish this.
For those 3 years when COVID was taking place, nobody could go on this side because of restrictions. And we were building out COVID wards. We built COVID ward at Falmouth, we built at St. Joseph's. We were focusing on that.
So you had to pause.
We had to pause.
Yeah.
We had to pause. So even that.
So all your pause, but you build out ward at St. Joseph. The people that are going to build ward. Oh, COVID ward. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to build the ward there. Right? Them more go for ward. So them couldn't go on the site to work for 3 years. 3 years. I'm a talk fuck him a talk about build out ward. Them never build out nothing. There's some little curtain. Them never build out nothing. They have a virgin sick in Port Antonio and them push him in the corner. Him have some blood clot and them say him have the virus. Them nearly mash him up. Them nearly mash him up. Them scan him too, you know. The nurse and the doctor don't want to see you. Saying then scan him bad. When them forgot to him, they might use newspaper all the man. Scan him. You must know people are alone so you're dangerous and they use gloves. They might use them have an gloves, but then use, you know, when people use newspaper all the well, them well scan you know. A newspaper they might use all the man. Saying? You hear this? So them never work. All right, continue.
Is a kind of dishonest assessment of the situation by those who know. I don't mean people who are casual about it and don't understand, but those who comment on it know that this is the case.
Yeah.
Who comment? Are we matter? So now no man. So who comment on it? So when them attack Fenton Ferguson and if you resign over dead baby, the amount of baby dead pan film watch is unbelievable. It's unbelievable pan film watch. They all eat baby pan them watch. The amount of them, the amount of thing. Hey, baby in a Jubilee hospital, they you know, he might tell it so well. I throw one nurse now to eat baby. Yeah? And him not get fired. You have Andrew tell him say do a proper job. Proper job. You hear him? Yeah.
But they choose to take a different perspective. Part of the cut and trust of the politics. We just have
So blame the politics now, cut and trust of politics. So everything what him do, them now work like them still work like an opposition, you know. They work as the government and truthful, you know. Where everywhere where people they it have video and it can video. And we are still suffering deal with this if you stop, tell, lie. Me I talk to one of my brethren today when I hear him all the time. And he might talk about term limit with Prime Minister. Wish the 70% where you hear 70% or some 60% I say yeah, 70% believe in a term limit. Actually, Andrew only and the Patacatism, you know. Andrew start a Patak, well, see, I go start the Patacatism, but Andrew perfect it. Yeah, to the perfection business, the Patacatism. See, I go start it. And who run him? But Andrew the professor now. Right? He makes Siago look like a do half to where Andrew do. And be a face and lie and dangerous. To be a face. See? Him to be a face. So when him said term limit, me said to my brethren, said the best thing right now is impeachment. Unless you have a president way. But yet you have a good prime minister, you say, okay. But when a prime minister pat a cat and him can account up and a carry agency, go a court of hold him accountable, he impeach it. You put it in there from this, come up with you and you can tell me, oh, you get this and then you go on and indulge in something. We have to impeach you. And we're not talking about a big vote to impeach you. We do it and impeach you. So, and impeach any member of parliament too. See? Like our mama cow, you know, allow her back in that. So we clean up that everyone clean Jamaica. She gets sentenced. She can't sentence. She can't go back. Mama cow not supposed to go back there. See? Again, Ty not supposed to do the neither. Little girl I call him name. Go clear up this. Don't plus the amount of money, the car money, the bushing money, everything, and him rich. He might build apartments, he might build some hey, the man have some luxurious house, they say again Ty. And the one of them on him. Be everybody them rich. But them pay can't give them so. You impeach them. So them have to come in and know them have come in with more honesty. So we have to get the law, the pass the impeachment law there. And it don't need no do this and that for impeach them. You impeach them, you draw them out and you ban them from, you know, ever run back into this. See? And better they get a better Jamaican than the more start serve the people there. Impeach them backside. Them for push it through. You understand? Remember call back there some before me touch now this. Sunshine, remember just call back the youth right now. Remember just confirm that. The Leroy Gibbons thing, remember just call back right now. Remember confirm, yeah? Yes. I feel phone me a call still now. Yes. So me just want to confirm, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, brethren. So him gone. Him gone. Yeah. So I find him on him back. Yeah? Find him on him back. Them find him on him back. Him drop down.
But not even when we find him, it's not around 1 minute since he dropped down. Because I talked to one of my soldiers and he walk up and my soldier like probably 30 seconds to something and as him walk up me and show. So we can give him and leave Gibbons drop down. So as we try to dip him up and drop off and realize that my back I'm at.
Or him have something in back, him lick him head back.
Yeah, look like him licking head back when he fall down. But that's the issue. Is the why him fall down, whether a stroke or
heart attack.
Something. Because when I see like no slide, wave slide or trip or anything, it just drop.
So attack and I walk and him lick and drop.
No, it's like him come to the U because I'm not gonna come at home today. I had Lucy in the Hanover.
Mm-hmm.
Right in my yard and I'm gonna push out. Bus was supposed to carry him up this morning. I have a bus will leave from Lucy, we go straight at home.
Yeah.
We leave out about 4:30 morning time.
Mm-hmm.
Him like call the man from yesterday, I get the man, say I'm reaching going to Lucy town. We live 1 minute from the town. So I'm walking at the town, looking at the man, and I wait for the man to come say, come back up my yard.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of realized something like a lapse in him from the last 2 weeks. Where you had talked to him. And it's like him never remember what you had talked about yesterday.
Oh.
And case in point, him did supposed to do 3 tunes for me 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
And him himself called me and said, yo man, we need to get these things out of the way. So the next day he called him now and himself, how we reach actually at 1 tune me did say.
Mm.
I'm kind of just never push it no further because at the end of the day, for the last 10 years, every time you come to Jamaica, my yard is there. I've never charged my dollar, I've never, as a bridge.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, I never push it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the next day, I call me back and I say, boy, one to the 3 tune, and I do the 3 tune. So, you get what I say, 1 minute, I say 1 tune.
Oh.
Then the next minute. And then, when if you do them now, our next problem.
Mm. So I'm brain now, like him brain now clicking right.
Yeah?
Like him brain never did that clicking right. At 2 weeks him fly down?
Yeah?
At 2 weeks time fly down? Come me talk to him the last time, I'm gonna call him back. Eh?
I'm there from March.
I'm there from March.
He's been here from March.
The last time I talked to him, I never called him back. I never tell him where I'm there because you might use him same Canadian number, I never ask him if he did live up. Some of them know same fly up.
Jamaica in the man.
Yeah.
They are town, then they come down and spend 2 weeks down there with me, then go back at town, and then they come back down June 3rd. So from June 3rd, he's been back down here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jano.
To go up to there. And then, it's sad, because the man, this man, the man, I raised them. After him, they not get a hold of the man, he can go at town, and then the man call him and say, yeah, Greece, vacation in the pan.
Oh.
And he might tell me, say, boy, I don't want to go back to Canada, man. I'm tired of Canada. I want to stay in Jamaica.
That him say?
Yeah. Man, just, it's like he say, no, I want nothing to do with Canada.
Yeah. Jano.
Man, live to him words, started.
Now say no want to go back and that's it.
Yeah.
Jano.
He's supposed to go back last week.
Yeah. But no, but every fly out and him drop so them they rush him so fast. Maybe the man need to do is go to doctor and check up himself, And if I never know, if me didn't know, because a couple months ago me advise him, And if me didn't know me that just tell him see. But the man, and tell me if I drop him out on the road.
Yeah.
And him go buy some jerk chicken and some sitting, to his bathroom that's there. See there I said? Why? So Gibbons gone home.
It changed to this Tuesday, and then him go back and change the flight to the 26th.
26th, him change the flight.
I was saying, I didn't want to Canada to ask that. And today he's supposed to fly out again, and they change the flight.
Yeah, and I'm so I'm changing flight. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
And
then the man, the other man, a reason, and the man said,
Jano. I'm not going to attribute to him when I'm done. You from him, baby mother?
I heard from the one in UK.
Okay, because I'm saying all that. So, yeah, okay, good. Because the man called the number.
From she, from him brother, Clarendon.
Okay,
One
good.
day at Toronto, I hear from she yet. And then he have a little son that go and Knox College where I him don't want to reach the first because he was saying really bad when he might go find out through social media. So
Yeah, that's right. All right. Yes, we hear from everybody, man. For me, have the phone and it up. Just go and charge it. I mean, call it back later, yeah? All right, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, that the great Leroy Gibbons, run off. So, if I do, I look a quick tribute with me and Gibbons, a vice right now. Right now. Because, so we're fast on the thing them. Saying, I could just drop a Gibbons. Yeah, Jano. Gibbons. Orlando. Leroy Gibbons. Could have survived the people, them Leroy Gibbons happy at time. Never show them, I should have show. One of them show Leroy Gibbons. Hey, we're not done with them, but when you hear them things, I come here, because son tell me drop him down, but when I call him number, and the Virgin, they have the number, and I say, yeah, them did not have him at the hospital where he talk earlier. But it confirms him gone home now, Leroy Gibbons. What I tell you. That's life, Remember play this. I'm going to play Leroy Gibbons before I draw next year. Because I have a salute with you them, I'm going to say this. All right, I'm going to play that one now. I'm going to play that one now. Never get salute to one of our fallen brother them, you know, so never get like a salute same time. Let me just keep this. All right, yeah, man. Let me get a salute to him right away for my show. Because you know how we do a thing, Gibbons. Come give me a little thing here. Yeah, salute right. Same time, no delay. You know, one more with that gone down. Yeah.
Lonesome and Mama Angie. Now this is Leroy Gibbons, and when it comes to we and Lonesome, you know it go already. Our brethren, we murder any jump on, murder any sing pan, for run things sound, run things kill them with these dub plates. Run things I go bury them. We have no time to waste. This is a sound class statement. Sound guys, you better know. Bout them come fi look clash. That's a big mistake. Run things play authentic, while those guys play fake. It's a sound clash statement. Some guys shouldn't know. Yodelay, somewhere when you dead, do I go bury you? Yodelay. Somewhere when you dead, do I go bury you? Wrong things I kill them with these dub plates.
Easy. Well, on there. Well, I'll never say Tuftong still on my screen, man. Never gonna play back that. I never said, well, on there, man. Never said them money on my screen, man. Never gonna play back one of that. Hey, people, I never think I give hands when I look on, you know. Me I play the thing, man. Me I say, man, well, on there, man. You can't do that to the man. Play the next one, man. Play back that one, man. Play it back, man.
We and Lonesome, you know it go already. Our brethren, we murder any jump on, murder any sing pan, for run things sound, run things kill them with these dub plates. Run things I go bury them. We have no time to waste. This is a sound class statement. Sound guys, you better know. Bout them come fi look clash. That's a big mistake. Run things play authentic, while those guys play fake. It's a sound clash statement. Some guys shouldn't know. Yodelay, somewhere when you dead, do I go bury you? Yodelay. Somewhere when you dead, do I go bury you? Wrong things I kill them.
Well, on them, man. I forgot to do an extra thing with him, man. You have to do condolences to the whole family, you, them, baby mothers, the whole family, you know. Yes, man. And next, I can go. And you I'm going to do just I talk to the bedroom, I just call him then and over, seeing and in drop down. They rush him to the hospital, gone. Seeing, gone. May I tell you, sometimes you have to do a doctor check-up, you know. Gone. Leroy, Jano. Gibbons just get up and just, seeing. I just mankind still. You don't even know your time, you know. Seeing. Yeah, man. Seeing. You don't know your time, Jano. Yeah, man. I want to win, man. The man there. Seeing. Yeah, man. Seeing when the man there gone. I'm going to do this, Leroy. performing. All right, let me get a look. All right, let me give him a look thing. This is Leroy. See, Leroy perform more. I appear show this with Leroy. All right, remember put up this Jano. Let me give him a look up. Let me give him a look up 5 minutes still, you know. I have to come back and come give my next thing. But let me give him a look up piece. I want to show them. We get a little part with him. That I'm 80s, 90s, retro this, my retro party. Let me give him a little piece of this too. Yes, can perform at this too, you know. Perform enough of my show too, you know. I advise enough thing with him. Let me give him a little piece of this. Let me see Leroy, you know. That's Michael, but let me go to Leroy Gibbons.
Keep your dog away. You should never keep your dog away. I said, no, you should never keep your dog away. When the winter.
Little time in the dance tonight. And I'm laughing up with the way she broke my American guy. Look at him with the confession to me. I can see her. And then I understand. She goes out and she said, well, listen to me. But when I cut her off, I don't apologize. I'm gonna start my value and I'm going to start time, man. Four season lover, I'm your four season lover. I said no, you should never keep your dog away. I said no, you should never keep your dog away. No, you should never keep your dog away. I said no. I can see her, and then I understand. She goes out, and she said, well, listen to me. But when I cut her off,
well on.
Hey, what I stop it? Them people here remind me of Kingston the left 12 and 30. Kingston the left 12 and 30.
As she pretends, if this is something gay, oh, will I win? It's a lover's question. I'd like to know.
I'm going to have a pleasure to be here with you. What's your name? Warrior, large person. Yeah, man, I'm glad Mr. There I come out from inside there, I said, now there I will cheer, enough respect. Yeah, man, singer. Let's deal with the matter.
I come up there.
General. Organize. No compromise. Yeah, man. Reinstate success here. For the woman, they love you. The lady.
We are not some, we are not some. I think that's pull up. I think that's why you are keeping this and I'm going to fire. You better learn that.
Are we doing this? Well, Leroy, so we are no here. Run the minute. For the ladies there. Oh, yeah.
Hey, with some nice, I tell you, say, you know, my brother say, rest in peace. You know, that's why it's good, you know. They can look back by your brother, the man. He said, John, no, you know, certain thing back here and move. That a couple years back when that around 2018. Cast the center. Yes, yeah, man. That 2018. Yes. When I cast that place where with him. We keep that with Michael Buckley and Leroy Gibbons and Liquor John. Yeah, man. See, 2018 that. Think me do, yeah, man. You see me, I say, yeah, man, me never keep them thing there now, yeah, man. You see? And them, man, yeah, a family. I have to keep it real one, yeah. But do our next thing with Leroy there, up in a rich man little tree. You know, I have that video. You remember my thing, them documented and them thing, them there. I mean, 80s, 90s thing that way. Yes. You don't leave them out, you know. Them veterans. Can't leave them out, you know. Keep it real one, so, you know. See? The man have to keep it real on us. I mean, I could go back to this. You soon go call up at the youth and go and follow with Bob. But I could go back to Tuftong now and finish him off. And by the way, we see them put up this. The green, I want to put up this now. This. I'm going to show you so. I want to put up this better. Just doesn't need an opposition. JLP doesn't need opposition. A terror in the country, hey, is a dictatorship. Look on them, you know. A queenie this with him bell. Look at that government badness. Look at that. That's why we not surrender Jamaica to the PNP. How would a dead man this? A dead man that? This body, eh? What are we people can out all brothers? Eh? Them now surrender the country to the PNP. Eh? No man, this can't overboard now, man. Hmm? That gone overboard. You see that though? Them now surrender the country. We don't know. We don't know. Them hijack the country, them now surrender. Yeah, but we're not forced, we're not telling them to surrender. The voters, them force them and them surrender. That's it. Uncle people talk about surrender when you're a criminal, you know. In Jamaica, we know in a war. So unless you're a criminal and police you surrender to you, police come for you. You surrender to police or you surrender if it's a war now. Soldier and them thing they come surrender, but we don't have no war. So, you know, they might say them not surrender to the PNP. So them tell us them are criminal. Yeah? And them hijack the country. That's why you hijack plane. It's bad though. Look on Tuftong. Look on Tuftong, yes, sir. Hear this. Hear this.
The public health system, including the University Hospital of the West Indies, boasts 3 MRI machines, 5 CT scans, 3 mammogram machines, 20 digital X-ray units, and 11 portable digital X-ray units, more than any time before, Mr. Speaker. The question is, do we need more? Of course we need more. We do need more, and so we will agree on that. But more is on its way, in that we have the leasing program, which is about to be completed through the procurement process, which will see another 10 CT machines and 6 MRI units being added to the fleet of important diagnostic as part of a leasing arrangement. Today,
this is a lie I'm going on take. This is last week, Tuesday. And by Wednesday, the pan news, here we have a second, have everything in.
Is in dire need of specialist nurses. Currently, the public health sector needs close to 2,500 specialized nurses to effectively treat patients. Now, as at December 2024, it had 1,108. The take-up for some categories of specialist nurses range from anywhere between 2 and a little over 55%. Now, some categories have no nurses at all. During Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing, Dr. Tuftong says it's a struggle to hire and even retain critical health workers due to competing markets.
Assess the reason for migration. To some extent, it's influenced by security of tenure. We had too many contracts. People think about retirement and what the benefits will be after they retire. Previous to compensation review, probably half of them were on contracts, so no entitlements after. The other is compensation, and the third is normally housing.
In January, the ministry hosted a job fair to fill over 600 vacancies, some of which included the critical care nurses. However, TVJ News understands that the prospects were either not qualified or not interested. Now we put the issue to the health minister.
The system hired about 60 persons. Apparently, there was a lot of duplication. One person, 100 person.
People, after them tell everybody in a job, them put out a job fair in the field, the thing of field, health field. And them get over 10,000 people come out. And you don't go hire 60. And say the qualification because some people are over them. Because them want to trick people. No, them have Wayne Henry from PIOJ come out and say them cut poverty. When they with 3 years, them not doing no work. Tuftong come say it. But me I tell you, what want to live through it? The place is locked down. 3 years. But last year, them are blame the hurricane burial. And the year just start now. And all of a sudden, them cut poverty from 16, when it never there 16 neither in the first place, to 8. But nobody now work, nobody now get a job. Eh? Them drinking mad puss piss. When nobody now get no job, them not working. That no make no sense. It just don't make no sense. And they need to stop it. You understand? Them need to stop it, man. Them a drink mad puss piss. Yeah? Them need to stop it. This is a foolishness. Yes? I'm going to play this with him too. Them make them look fun for him and him say something like this. I'm going to play this.
As I said, we live, we aspire, we learn, and we strive to perfection, but rarely gets there.
What was the follow from your wife?
Oh, Lord. You go too far, though. You go too far. I think we need to end the program.
How about that?
Follow from his wife, hear this.
Follow from your wife.
Oh, Lord. You go too far, though. You go too far. I think we need to end the program.
And him laugh. Him laugh, go to dinner.
Because that's what I wanted.
Him laugh. See? The man laugh, but when he follow up on him wife, him laugh. Tuftong laugh. This bad though. This bad brother. Follow up on him wife. Yes? But as me just come and play too now, everything we him say, I say, I try to spin the people. Him need people to talk to him in a, talk to him in a real talk. When him can't go around the corner. People are drop off a bed and are dead. That $2.1 billion debt to get investigated. Them, they are not food. That's not food. And not food, none at all. See? Them think they better. We sit down here and make the people them rob, them go on them dip on a feast. Every one of them come out a billionaire, not million. Billionaire. Eh? Billionaire, when them done, them gonna try and hide, It's when Mark run that and release some things for them do. People, me not think them are try run way, Now forget that bad upon them. You forgot that bad because let me tell you this. When Mark Golding go in there, with them have to do some forensic audit and dig up every ministry. Don't play with them. Every single ministry. You have to add it before you take it over, not true. So you can't play with them. Anyway, I'm going to knock off. Come say 2 hours, I'm going to call Gibbons family there, man, go on here, go on, you see? Because them things are still touching, but if we just keep a straight face up here, and go and knock off and make sure people them are all right. I'm going to come back and carry. I feature some Gibbons and play some Gibbons tune and all kind of things, Gibbons I want to be in a family, Family. Yeah? All right, me there, here. Blessed, I'm out.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in a them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy that we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb and do.
When people like the government of a country, it's the servants protect the people of that country, not to put them life in misery. You understand me, Luciano? What else, man?
Government, stop pressuring the poor.
Oppression.
Politicians, your judgment coming for so. It's a government in your regiment. Stop pressuring the poor.
We can't take it no more,
Politicians, your judgment coming for so.
Yo, politician, for the evil's mission, who know we blame. True money and power and fame. We go find up the youth, them really down the lane. Give them big gun and brainwash them brain. Yo, wanna buy them